Hey, hey, hey. Hey. What's up? Welcome to Wake Up Wednesday, week number 2. Today is October 9th. And just to recap, give you a reminder of what Wake Up Wednesday is. As you can see, if you're on the East Coast checking in with me, you know that it is 9 p.m. It's not 9 a.m. The goal being to not so much wake you up to start your day in the morning, but more so to wake you up inwardly, to kind of bring your awareness to your inner space midweek before you kind of wind down and go to sleep tonight, to give you an opportunity to pause and reflect and inquire with yourself and kind of and to not kind of but to actually check in with yourself and say, okay, this is where I am in this moment, and then to envision where you'd like to be out in the future and to decide, based on what you have known about yourself and what you are becoming aware of in the moments that you ask yourself, kind of, checking in, where are you? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What do I want? What are my goals? You can decide here midweek in the evening, what do I want tomorrow to look like? What do I want the next moment to look like? What do I want next month to look like? So here is Wake Up Wednesday for you. And tonight, we're talking about what I like to call the other F word. It is forgiveness. And I'll explain in a moment why I call it the other F word. But I thought tonight it would be good to talk about forgiveness because I have observed several conversations in the course of the last week or so, especially in the last week, and even in my own home this morning, about forgiveness. Conversations on forgiveness. And I noticed that people don't understand forgiveness. People just don't have a good, concrete idea of what forgiveness is, what it is for. It seems in my observation that it's very nebulous, this idea of forgiveness. And what I see is that I see several things. I see people being triggered by the idea of forgiveness. I see people misusing the word forgiveness. It's almost like you are saying, I pardon you, or you're saying my feelings don't matter, right? Like there's this idea that to forgive someone means that you are giving a pass, or you're not holding people accountable to having wronged you or wronged someone else or having deeply wounded you. That's what I observe, is either people are misusing the term forgiveness, the concept of forgiveness, or they're avoiding it like the plague, right? You hear things like, I'll never forgive you. There's no way I'll forgive you. Never in my life will I forgive you. I'll never forgive you for that. And they're using it as a way to spite the person that they're talking to, as if the person that they're talking to is the one that is going to feel the most hurt when they don't forgive, right? It's all of these things are rooted in a position of not truly understanding what forgiveness is. You don't understand forgiveness. It is my strong contention that you do not understand forgiveness. And it's okay if you don't. I remember when I didn't. We'll get to that too. But also, just in that same vein, like it wears on me because I know what it's like when you don't understand forgiveness, when you don't know what forgiveness is, when you have heard it since you were a little kid. Maybe your mama made you say, if someone said I'm sorry to you, then the automatic thing you do is say I forgive you, right? Maybe that's how you came up, maybe not. But at some point in our journey, right, from childhood into adulthood, we heard the term forgive. We saw someone say I forgive you. But how many of us really sat down to ever learn what forgiveness is, how it works? You don't understand forgiveness if you think that when you say I forgive you, you're saying I pardon your wrongs. My feelings don't matter. It's okay that you did what you did. No harm done. If you think that that's what it means to say, I forgive you, you don't understand forgiveness. When you don't understand forgiveness, you have these calcifications in your inner space, right? You have bitterness that you hold on to. These hard things, they're hard feelings. They're literally called hard feelings. And what happens is they get built up in our inner space because we don't release them. We commit to not releasing them because for some reason we think that we will be disempowered if we do. We think that we will be weak if we do. If we do the work to soften our inner space, right? There's all of this misunderstanding around the idea of forgiveness. And so as a result, you are bitter, you are stuck, you can't stand to see other people win, you can't stand to see other people get ahead, gain, whatever. You have this idea that, they wronged me, so they only deserve bad. You have resentment and you're holding it on. You're holding on to it. I was describing it to my daughter as kind of being this inner sort of clenching. Clench. It's miserable. It's heavy. It's actually taking energy away from you to hold on to the injury. Your feelings matter. Your thoughts matter. Your inner space matters. You don't know how to make that all make sense if you don't understand what forgiveness is. You're driving down this way thinking, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, but you don't truly understand the work of forgiveness. And again, that's okay. I remember when I didn't understand it. It's okay that you don't understand it. It's not okay to stay not understanding it, right? When you become aware that you don't understand it, and it's something that you can learn more about, then the onus is on you to now do the work and figure out, what is forgiveness? How can I learn more about this? How can I break down the inner calcifications that have me hard and have me bitter and have me holding grudges and hard feelings to the point where I don't feel well. I'm heavy. I'm sad. I'm hurting. I am resentful, right? How can I release that? How can I do it? And then it's your job to go and find the tools now. It's your job to care about yourself enough to better understand, to figure out how can I better understand what forgiveness is. If this is a way forward for me, if this is a way for me to feel better, if this is a way for me to find the balance between holding my own feelings as being valid and also holding someone else accountable in a grounded way for the things that they've done. You think forgiveness is a pass. Forgiveness is not a pass. Forgiveness is not pardoning. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you can't still be angry. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you still can't be sad. Forgiveness is not once and done. This is not how forgiveness works. Until you take the time to research it and learn it, you're going to be stuck. So how long do you want to be stuck? That's the question. How long do you want to hold it? How long do you want to feel the way that you're feeling when you see that person, or when you see that place, or when you hear that sound, or when you smell that smell, whatever it is that has you inwardly feeling like this, right? All bound up, all heavy, all miserable. When are you going to reclaim the space? That's yours. When you're ready to do it, it's going to be hard. It's going to take some time. You're going to need to develop discipline, inner muscles, inner strength. You're going to need support. You're going to need coaching because it's an ongoing process. It is not once and done. I remember When I didn't know how to forgive, I didn't know what forgiveness was. And I vividly remember when all the light bulbs came on. When I had the people on the phone, the therapists, when I was sitting in the offices, when I was doing the inner work over time to release, right? When I was following the steps, when I understood the different phases of the process, when I began to understand that and do that work, and I vividly remember the day that the biggest chunk lifted from me, right? I remember how good it felt to release and to reclaim, and how much lighter my heart felt, how much more space I felt in my mind that I could use for other things besides holding, besides envisioning harm, besides not being able to live my life in a way that was empowered. I remember what it felt like when I began to get into the driver's seat of my life and not hold people accountable to things that they could never, ever, ever, even if they wanted to, make happen in a way that worked better for me than it did when they hurt me. People can't undo stuff. Sometimes, more often than not, they can't go back in the past and undo it, and we're still holding on to things that cannot be fixed and making ourselves sick with it. When you're ready to invest in bringing yourself back for the first time or again into the driver's seat of your life, learning how to reclaim your inner space, your mind space, your dream space, your heart space, reclaiming it from the people, the things, the places, the ideas, the concepts that have hurt you, that have scarred you, that are making you miserable, that are keeping you up at night, that have you anxious, that have you depressed. When you're ready to invest in learning about releasing, learning about inner space, learning about doing the work, you let me know. Send me a message. I'm ready to invest in learning what it means to release inwardly so that I can reclaim my inner freedom and begin to project into my outer world what I want to see, how I want to live. The power that is there within me, I want to tap into that. When you're ready to say that, I want to hear from you. I want to partner alongside you. If you don't partner with me, then go and partner with someone else and keep going higher and higher. Wake up. It's Wednesday. It's 9 o'clock. It's in the 9 o'clock hour. Decide how you want to live your next moment, your next month, your next year. We're here in October. We're almost at 2020. What are you holding that you're ready to release so that you can go into 2020 with more power, with more space to manifest, with which to manifest and build? Right? I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. When you're ready to do it, let's go. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of the week, the rest of the night. Magnificent, steady rising as we all are making our way through here, raising consciousness, bringing healing earthside, and helping each other along the way. Power and love to you. Peace. Until next Wake Up Wednesday. I'll see you then. Bye.